Greetings and salutations. This is the voice of Loquacious of Herd, bringing you his afterthoughts on My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Season 5, Episode 8, titled The Lost Treasure of Griffonstone. I heartily suggest that you find and watch the episode itself, sans commentary, before proceeding with either this afterthoughts review or viewing my full reaction, which is hosted at the link in the description. Be warned, this afterthoughts review will contain spoilers for the episode. With that out of the way, a note before we move on to the review itself. This spoken herd review will be relatively brief, as there was a more extensive written herd segment produced for this episode. That written herd segment is available in Google Drive, under details, in the blind reactions description. My first thought when I saw this episode's title was that this would be another Daring Do affair, which is fine by me. I wasn't expecting a map quest, and certainly not one involving Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie. I was even more surprised that Gilda wasn't just referenced, but proved to be an important part of the plot. Huzzah for returning characters from older pony seasons. Once again, the show does an amazing job with digging into Greek mythology and providing a ponified version of classical critters and themes. The whole Griffins versus Aramospi thing was something that I dug into after seeing this episode, and that I found sufficiently entertaining that I added an afterthoughts section to my blind reaction video about this touch of myth and legend. As for the conflict itself, I really liked how Dash and Pinkie had different ideas about how to help the Griffins. And I liked how both their paths ultimately intersected to bring about a resolution to the grumpy Griffin Gilda business, the old bad blood between her and the ponyfolk. I liked how this episode explored why and how Gilda got to be the unpleasant and bullying way she was, and how, when viewed against the backdrop of her own culture, Gilda's one of the nicest Griffins around. This show likes its villain redemptions, and I'm cool with that. After all, one of the core premises of the show is that friendship is magic, which, among other things, means it's usually better to understand, forgive, and befriend than to hold grudges and condemn or punish. I enjoy the exploration of what makes a villain, or perhaps it would be better to say what makes an antagonist, as, from their own point of view, several of the show's villains might well consider themselves the heroes. They've struck a pretty decent balance so far. Nightmare Moon banished and Luna redeemed was our first story, and it set the stage for what to expect. Discord defeated, and then later reformed. That reformation is, as the last episode showed, still very much a work in progress, with risk of backsliding and general acting out. Trixie's made something like peace with Twilight, but at last check, the Flim Flam brothers remain unrepentantly selfish. Chrysalis was driven away, Sombra outright destroyed, and Tyrek banished to Tartarus. To say nothing of that broken pony, Starlight Glimmer. So yes, I'd say it was about time to flesh out another problematic character and add them to the roles of the redeemed. So good for Gilda, and through Gilda, good for all of Griffin kind. Looks like the Tree of Harmony really does know what it's doing as it sends out just the right ponies to deal with problem spots of disharmony and enmity. I wonder who will be sent out next. If you wish to see my full reaction to My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Season 5, Episode 8, titled The Lost Treasure of Griffonstone, the link, as mentioned earlier, is in the description. Feel free to leave any comments or likes for that reaction here on this Afterthoughts review. In addition, the full text of the original written herd segment for my blind reaction to The Lost Treasure of Griffonstone is available in Google Drive, under details, in the video's description. And until next time, as always, kindly remember, y'all are awesome. Stay awesome.